I think is happening. And we as a community have a responsibility to Butte Silver Bowl to take that money and use it very, very judiciously, as you would say. But in the meantime, we would like to see the settlement with ARCO, because this has been a cash cow for Butte Silver Bowl, okay? And the reality of it is, okay, because Anaconda was the problem. Anaconda Company was a problem, ARCO came through and they got their ass kicked on it, okay? But they have been very, very compliant with this. But the reality of it is, let's see what that contract says, because if future designations of these minerals come through and they say, for instance, you're saying copper is in the water, zinc is in the water. Do you know what they do to keep you from getting a cold and a virus? They have you take zinc pills. Figure it out. Utilize your minerals. Make use of them, okay? Instead of capping all your land and saying it's not to be used again. Environmental caps prevent productive use of the minerals.
And excuse me if I may, I'm one of the members of the council, John McKee. You've got some really great points, but the whole point of this session is a breakout session for everybody to sit with us,
well, I'm
give us
asking
like
questions
concepts
so
and
we can
ideas.
find out what's going
Absolutely, and you've got some really great ones, and maybe what we could do is find some time with you to sit down with Pat a little bit offline here. And
would you like me to go in the corner so nobody can hear me?
No, ma'am. There's a lot of people that we really want to make sure they all have a chance to participate and contribute. So thank you very much. We make sure you get the time, but we'd like everybody else to have a good opportunity as well.
I just had a question about, can there be anything brick and mortar? I thought I saw somewhere that there can't be structures or, how can you get around that somehow?
That would have to be one where we just have to hear the case specifics. Just go back and ask the questions about what does it benefit, surface groundwater resources, aquatic recreation, or drinking water. But certainly our funds have been used for some infrastructure. It's all tied to what that infrastructure benefits. One thing I didn't mention too is always there are a lot of projects where it serves some benefit but others. And what we're going to be looking at is what is the major focus of that project, and does that major focus and where the dollars be spent fit what is the legal eligibility.
Yes, ma'am.
I got two questions. One, it bothers me about, the sinkholes, if they cave in, it's not covered. We don't own the land underneath us. That's all mineral rights through them. So why wouldn't that be covered if my house sunk?
Tom Malloy has a program, right? Where he will fill those in. The Butte Silver Bowl County has a program to fill in any subsidence issues.
And actually,
so it's just not part of this fund again.
Yeah, and where the line is, the subsidence issue is not a release of a hazardous material, and that's what this program is about.
Well, if my house falls in, I think there would be some kind of release. But my other question was Ramsey area. I
Yes,
know
ma'am.
that land. I was trying to write it down, and I forgot how much you said that you took off the top. Does that mean, since you've taken that much soil off the top, that you can actually put a building there now, or is it just dead land?
It was actually in the floodplain.
So the floodplain would prevent the material, the amount of material was 336,000 cubic yards. That was removed beyond what was done under the remediation. All told, there will be over 4 million cubic yards removed along that Sopo Creek floodplain.
Okay, not against the fish pond, but that's also in the 100-year floodplain.
The county, that is County Parks and Recreation going through, does have to get all the permits that apply to that fishing pond site. There's no process of doing that, such as.
I'm not trying, I'm just saying, we had a Fairplex plan, and we were looking at that acreage, and we couldn't do anything because of the 100-year floodplain. So I was just wondering how it was able to be done.
I do know that they have to meet the requirements of that permit, that they are going through that process now.
Yes, sir.
What do you do with the material that you remove from a contaminated area? Do you just put it in another place and contaminate another area?
The mine waste that's removed from the Butte Hill goes to the mine waste repository, and it's a permitted facility up behind the Grand Mountain Memorial up there. And anything that was removed from the floodplain went to the opportunity ponds. Is that right, Greg?
Wait, where?
To the opportunity ponds.
Near the town of
The fish pond or the bird pond?
near Anaconda.
Did that
It's hard
answer
to
your
find
question,
out
sir?
where it goes because I'm working with the carousel and we had that land next to the Chamber of Commerce. Okay, we were never told that the fish pond moved from this area, from that area to the present area that they're working on now because that land was contaminated. But they were willing to give that to us. But then after we claimed it, they said you can't do that because that land is contaminated. Now, it's all cleaned up. Can we go back there? And it's in the
You'd have to
floodplain,
talk
we
to the
would be
county on that
eligible for this money.
Yeah, is that property owned by the county?
It was, and it was deeded to us, but we've never received anything from them. But I drove by there yesterday, it's all cleaned up now.
Yeah, I would talk to the planning department about that.
You can't find anything out in Butte Silver Bow County from the Parks and Playgrounds or from anyone in this county about where we can find an area to put that carousel that we have worked for 17 years on. But that's a question I needed to know, or I need to know. Can we go back there now that it's not contaminated anymore? Or it has been remediated, I guess you'd say.
Yeah, we don't own the property. I couldn't tell you that.
Well, why don't we, no one's telling us if you can build on any of this?
That's what I'm trying to find out.
Is this a land rights issue?
I'm not sure what you mean now.
Is that what's going on as far as land grab, land rights, what you can and what you can't do with your property, designation according to planning boards and not according to individual land rights? I can't
That's
understand
beyond
why
the
these
scope of
people
our
are being
department.
pushed around and pushed around.
We don't have anything to do with site
Parks and Wildlife
facilities.
does.
No, I didn't say you do. I just wanted that information. Can we build on that land after you have, or whoever cleaned it up?
I believe that property has been cleaned, and that was just this past year. That's correct. And to have it redeveloped, you'd have to talk to the county. I don't know how it's zoned.
Pat, we can take a list of all these questions that we can answer and go to the county and talk to the entities who can answer them. But this is a rare opportunity that we have for meaningful participation in this community. The money's in the bank. It's earning interest. We have all of you here right now. I've already heard good ideas bubble up now. It'd probably be a good thing if we started to break out and collect the best of these ideas sooner than later.
Already spent money on the fish farm, so you don't have
Yeah.
$31 million left.
That came out of the other fund. That wasn't part of this
What
fund.
other fund is that?
There was actually 7 There were 5 natural resource standing settlements.
You know, just to say it, I went to the library meeting yesterday, and they said their money had nothing to do with that money, okay? And you're saying that the library, that your money for the fish pond didn't come out of this money. Is this Obama money, or what is it?
It's a separate settlement. There were 5.
Okay, before everybody just ends, just a suggestion on our schedule, and then we're gonna go to the breakout groups. Everybody I cannot whistle, so I'm gonna scream for a second. Thank you. Just one of our members asked if I would just remind everybody of the time frame that we're under, and then we're gonna split into the groups. So, the ideas are here at the scoping meetings here in the spring. The council will be working in the spring and the summer to evaluate ideas. In the fall, they will be developing their draft plan for public consideration. So they'll be coming here and talking about how they think the $28 million best be spent. Then it'll go out for public comment and come back to go through a final plan to be approved by the governor by the end of the year. So that's the schedule, and now we would like to
Before
sit
you're
down.
done, I have to ask a question because
You know,
I really do.
we've given enough time here, and we need
It'll be really quick, it'll be really quick. The 29th is a planning board, and it's already been decided because the fish bond's already done. And then you're gonna have your Wednesday meetings with the county commissioners who have already decided. Somewhere in this Butte Silver Bow County, the people are supposed to count. And it sounds to me like, come and find out what we're gonna do with your community, because it's already been decided.
And actually, I just have to totally agree, this is a local council that has asked for ideas here. And we can sit and cover your ideas more, but I think that we owe it to the other folks here to allow them to sit down and share their ideas with the council members. And that's what we'd like to do next. So please take that time. If there's BNRC members, can stand up one more time. BNRC members? Okay, there they are. We'll hopefully have, and staff members at each table. Thank you, everybody.